Jailhouse Lawyer, episode 4. Yep. I'm in the streets, I'm free. A lot of us don't get a chance to be free. A lot of us don't even understand what freedom is. And I noticed that majority of the times, the people who listen to me talk are family members. And family members are amazing because the percentage of family members that dedicate themselves to helping a person get out of prison is small. It ain't as big as you think it is. So for all of my people out there who cherish and love their loved ones, it comes to a point where you're not responsible for it, but you're American and you can do something. Like, you know, the Constitution, you know what I'm saying? It says this country is for the people, meaning the people have control. You know what I mean? But without the right knowledge, it's impossible for you to know, because in law, it says that there's no excuse to the ignorance of not knowing law. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, it's our families that put the comfort, enable, so check it, put the comfort in us and enable us. So a lot of times it's our sisters, or it's the women, to be honest with you, that be there. And y'all endure a lot. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all gonna be there for these individuals, then it's like a comfort for them. But it also comes to a point where it enables them and they lose the aspects of being independent because they in prison. So the reason why I'm saying all this is that most guys that go to prison not knowing the law, and most of them are not even educated to understand the law. It might be a chance that they family members is studious, that they read, that they work, that they got schedules, that way, and they sacrifice and take money and send money to the person, you know what I'm saying, in prison. You know what I mean, to take care of them. But it also subtracts and takes away from, you know what I mean, that person. You know what I mean? So I'm saying this, as a jailhouse lawyer, I had to become one because I had to learn the law, because my family was like, we're not doing nothing for you. And as a man, I had to realize that, you know, it was me who put myself in that situation, regardless of how society is and, you know, how they prey on us in our communities, you know what I mean? But, you know, to be a man and call home and ask somebody to bail you out with something that's not your money, or, you know, or even with your money, you know what I'm saying? It's a delicate situation, because the people put their money up for lawyers and bail and they don't get their money back. Well, I'm here to tell you that anytime you bail somebody out, the money goes into a bond and is held. That's what a bond is, you know, and it sits and it gets interest. So when you pay a bond, that bondsman holds your money for interest and they can't spend it. It sits in an account and it grows interest, right? So they have a motion for return property and they have a motion for bail, to return bail. These are motions that can be filed during, I think there's no time limit really on return properties, because if the situation of the case is resolved, then whatever they took in possession have to be released, especially with bail. You know what I'm saying? So you know how much money is sitting in these bonds and these bank accounts? So many people bail out and don't. I got a couple of bills sitting that I never got. Recently, I just filed a return and got a couple $1,000s back because I was legally arrested. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to you to let you know that you have more power than you think you do as a relative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be there and you can actually stop the bleeding from you financially in your person, right? And you can actually research and take the time to not make the mistake, because it ain't nothing but time. You know what I mean? When somebody's in prison, it ain't nothing but time. The clock ticks. They only have a certain amount of time to take you to court. You know what I'm saying? And they shorten it up. I know in New York they just shortened it up to like 3 months, 90 days. They have to. And many different places is different. In some states like Ohio and any state you see where they got that 48-hour law. You know what I'm saying? They have to get you in front of grand jury and indict you in 48 hours, or they have to let you go. The first 48. You feel me? So you have to understand, like, it's procedures and levels to all of this. You know what I mean? And it's called due process, which is a part of the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution. Everything that's done to you has to be done in a protective way. You know what I'm saying? So all of your family members, it don't matter what they are accused of. It don't matter if they even did it, they was guilty. They still have rights. And you will have to become the protector of that loved one, or most likely it's going to tear that relationship up. Because that's what the system does. It tears relationship up. It's the walls that separate humanity. You know what I mean? And, I always say this, as I go on, it's going to be times where I'm going to pull out these legal books. There's going to be times when I'm talking some high legal jargon that people might not understand. You know what I mean? But what I will do is I'll make it easy as possible and simple for you to understand what I'm saying and know how to use it to your benefits, you know what I'm saying? And to your loved one benefits. Because I'm realizing most people who look at this are people who are helping others. And you gotta understand, that person, hands is tied. Their mouth is covered, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot to it that they can't do, And it takes an extraordinary person to be able to handle all that from inside a box without the resources. You know what I mean? So it's important for you to empower them people, you know what I mean, and make them strong enough to be able to equip themselves to fight back, because it's going to be strenuous on you to be paying these bills, to be supporting them, to be living your life. It actually make you quit. It might make you see the flaw of a person that you love. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was in that situation, I had to let go of everything. You know what I mean? For me to gain my freedom, I had to let go of all attachments in the street. Most guys still want to be detached to the street, and they still want to control what's going on in the street. You know what I'm saying? So how could you be focused on your case and your legal situation if you still worried about what's happening on the street? It's out of sight, out of mind. So if you take all this little conversation I'm having, this nice little conversation I'm having right here, it's basic, very basic. You will understand that the mind state of the people that's incarcerated to a degree, and you will understand that you have more power and control and condition the situation to make sure that person is more empowered and more equipped to deal with the struggle of being in prison. You feel me? And that is going to bring your person home faster, even if it was parole or even if it was fighting their case. Then it's a point too, as a support system, where you have to make the choice: are you babying? Are you enabling? Are you setting them up? Because this shit is a systematic fucking machine that is like a revolving door that people go in, come out, and go right back in. And is you ready to deal with that? So you have to be a strong person and really love your person beyond the fact of judgment of the bad decisions they're making and being caught up in the system. You have to be built. It's not really about the relationship. It's about us against the system, us against the algorithm. That's what it's about. This is an algorithm of us black people going to prison. It's an algorithm of Americans going to prison because the system is a business, It eats people to make profit. You know what I'm saying? And once you see it in that way, then you will be able to take the system out, because a system is created by man, and anything that was created by man can be broken. You know what I mean? So I'm putting it in that level to y'all, man, for y'all to support your loved ones, man. Don't let the system break it. Understand your loved one is in prison most likely because they wasn't paying attention to most things that happen in society around them. You know what I mean? Some people never experienced the system, so they feel like it can't happen to them. This is from women and men, all ages. You know what I'm saying? So we, as a people, have to be a little bit more, militant and a little bit more equipped when it comes to knowing what American is. Being American, the Constitution, the laws, the rights, and every level of it, so we could protect each other in our communities. Because all the injustices we see is against the law. So we have to charge the people. You know what I mean? The ones that was citizens or are citizens that's working for the government that's violating us, we got to make sure that they earning their keep. Because we paying them with our tax money. This is reality. So, next time I come in, I promise I'll come with a better illustration of legal law that you can use. But this one was for the family members. This is one for supporters that, making them phone calls, making them visits, writing those letters, dealing with the staff at the prisons. This is for y'all, man. Don't give up, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up, because that person going to need you when they get out. They're going to need you now. They're going to need you when they get out. So, don't burn yourself out, and equip yourself to fight the system, to help that person become better, to be a fighter, to get the fuck up out that hell of institutions and just the dungeon of fucking the walls that separate humanity. Love is love, y'all.